Hello, this time I'm in Coochiemudlo. We're staying for the weekend with a few friends, so I decided to bring my camera along, and I've got 2 rolls of Portra 400. We're going to be taking some sunset photos of the beach here. We have boats. We have like literally an abandoned boat that just popped out of nowhere. It looks very cool. I'm going to be using the first roll with the 80mm lens, and I'm going to switch over to the 55mm lens, which I just recently bought. And I'm going to use the second roll for that and just try and see what kind of different photos I take with each lens, and then think about and talk about which lens I like more and the different types of photos that happened because of the lens choice. So let's do it. The sun's still out, so I'm able to get this shot. I'm going to do it. There's a boat behind me right now, first shot. Ah, sweet. I really like that boat. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't really know what the boat says or what it says about this area, but I think it's always nice to photograph broken down, because, especially on film, because it seems old. It's just like a connection that's easy to make, and easy connections are always fun. I'm not trying to make like amazing work right now. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun. So, old film, old boat, it's real. But we're following the sun, so fucking follow that sun.
Start running. Start running.
Anyway, it's a pretty beautiful afternoon out here. I'm excited about the shot of Coolby jumping out of the water. I got a real sad looking one of Connor. To me, it's probably extremely heavy-handed, but let's have a look later. Next up, I'm going to be using the 55mm lens in the next sunset, and then we'll see the different kind of photos I get with that. So let's... I've been walking around Coochie, taking photos of houses and streets. My friends came down on their bikes, so I popped off a shot of those guys. Now I've found my location for the afternoon, where I'm going to use the 55mm lens. Just basically, we'll just wait till it kind of gets a little bit less sunny, and then we're going to pop a few landscapes off. I imagine the light's going to be pretty beautiful because it's coming from like the side. So I'll just wait till it gets nice and pink and beautiful, and I'll pop off a bunch of nice shots of trees, some landscapes. But I'm really feeling this wider lens this afternoon. I'm getting real Gregory Halpern type shit. I just found this like scene with a boat and some signs. I always like taking photos of signs for some reason. But I'm also kind of recently been interested in taking like self-portraits, but not of my face, more of like just my body, like my shadow or my hands or my feet. So for this one, I put my hand underneath the orange, I don't know, it's like a makeshift railing. I put my hand underneath it and grabbed the grass. I don't exactly know what that means right now, but that's what I felt like doing. I'm sure I'll figure out what it means one day. That's how it really works. You take a photo from intuition, and then you kind of figure out what it means to you, or what its meaning in the story of your like life, I guess, is later on. Alright, it's very sunset. I'm actually a bit burnt. But I want to be here for the sunset. I want 2 shots. I'm not going to shoot the whole roll because I really only want these 2. I want a shot of my friends running through the water fast with some splashes and some movement. And I also want a really blurry shot of the absolute purple sunset. So that's like long shutter speed, move the camera type photo. I'm going to wait for my friends to get here and take those 2 photos. And that'll be done. I might take another one just because it's fun, but fuck it. So now I want you, Milo, to stand in front of those trees because they're kind of dark and your skin will be bright and it'll be a nice contrast and you'll look nice without this shirt on.
Without it?
Okay, that's the end of the day. That was fun, taking photos of my friends there to finish it off. Now I'm going to unload the film and I'll see you back in my house where I'll be probably wearing like a hat.
Oof.
Oh, baby. Yeah. Coochiemudlo. Pretty nice place to go. Thanks to Alex and his family for putting us up. That was really nice of you guys. What I want to talk about is the battle of the lenses. So the 55mm lens versus the 80mm lens. Which one do I think is better? Honestly, I like them both equally. I know that's what every YouTube video says, but that's pretty much how it is in the world. Nothing's really better than the other thing. What I want to say is with the 80mm lens, the types of shots that I get are kind of more lonely feeling, like there's usually only one subject or one thing in the frame or one like focus of the photo. Maybe I'm getting in close for a detail shot or maybe it's a portrait of a person. I find that with the wider lens I'm able to capture more moments of life. I just feel like I can get more people in the frame and more things in the frame and be closer to the action. It looks and feels more like what I would expect from a photo of a situation. Most of the photography I've shown so far on the channel has been like, you know, either a 50mm lens on a 35mm or a 80mm lens on the medium format, which is about the same focal length equivalent. You're going to be able to get a shallower depth of field with the 80mm lens because you're going to have to be closer to have things at the same size in the frame. And also for the photos of myself, say like if I'm taking a photo of my hand or my feet, I think the wider lens suits that better because just having it feels more like my perspective when I look down. So if I look down at my feet, I can see like my whole body, the ground, and the situation behind me. And again, if I look at my hand, I can pretty much see my whole arm. So to capture that feeling, I'm going to be needing to use the 55mm lens more. So I took a few shots with the 80mm lens and they don't really work. They feel like kind of claustrophobic. Again, like detail's good, portraits are really good with the 80mm, but more situational stuff better with the 55mm. So from this trip, there are 2 photos I have something to say about. I want to talk about the photo of Connor with his head in his hand. For me, in the moment, I was trying to force an emotion on Connor and try and like direct him to do something that I thought would bring out an emotion in him and in the photo. And I think for me, it makes the photo feel really fake. I knew straight away that it would be ham-fisted, and it totally is. It's really obviously like, oh, how sad is this photo, you know? I don't think that really works for me. I think I'm more interested in capturing the emotion that the person that I'm photographing is giving to me or giving to the camera at the time, because I think the emotion that they give you at the time that you take the photo is gonna give you a more realistic depiction of what they're feeling. I don't think for me I'm interested in forcing emotions on people when I'm taking their photo. So yeah, don't really like this photo, but I think it was worth trying. Like, you know, failure is part of photography, and to fail like that in a way that's so not important is really great. So this photo here of Mila and my shadow is cool, but I want to talk about the landscape of that photo. Recently I've been interested in photos, like really simple photos of large spaces, like maybe it's a grassy field with a wall of trees behind it and then like, you know, sky in the top half of the frame. I think they're really intimate landscapes and they make me feel really comfortable and at home. So I want to kind of make more of those types of photos, more simply, maybe without people, maybe some with people, in locations like this one. just so I can have a couple of those photos of my own. I think it's important when you like a type of photo to go out there and capture that, because even if it's like seems derivative, what you get is going to be your version of that. And I think it's important to have your versions of things that you like. And obviously for this one, I think the 55mm lens, the wider angle, is important. You want to have that large open field and you want to have it feel big and stretching towards you, where the 80mm lens will just compress that space. Really good weekend in Coochie. It was great to catch up with my friends and have just a weekend away. It was also really cool to see a new place that was so Australian and familiar, but also different. You know, it was an island, and I could see like a photo project, probably not my photo project, but a photo project where, you know, you just photograph everybody on the island and walk around the beach and photograph pretty much, you could do everything in like a 2-week span. It's, you know, it's a nice place to go. It's a nice place to photograph. That's the video. I hope you liked it. Instagram over there, website here. Subscribe if you want to. I'll be back next week with another video, but for now, please take your bins out because they stink. Thanks.